What's going on? Matt and Alex back at it.
Back at it and hopping into a book that I really liked.
As did I.
Yeah.
It's there is let's do it. It's The Door to Door Bookstore by Carsten Henn. This is a German novel, right? And it was translated into English.
So I know the author is definitely Carsten Sebastian Henn. Yeah, German novel. Um, that I didn't know that specifically. I didn't know it was written in German first, but it holds up still, given the translation.
Let me let's talk about it. I didn't plug in my usual synopsis, but maybe we should do it off the top. It's only 180 pages.
A short book, title kind of says it all, and it takes place in the present. So if you think about the premise is a guy who works for a bookstore who hand delivers specialty books to a select clientele.
Yeah.
Obviously, a
Elderly
fading,
man.
huh?
Elderly man.
Elderly man, yeah. So obviously, a fading industry, but you just kind of dive into why he does it, who he does it for, their individual stories. And then, of course, the big premise is as he's on his route, which he takes every day, the same route every day, he meets a young girl, and the young girl tags along and kind of brings him into the future, I would say.
Yeah, I would just maybe not in the future, just into society, because like
Okay.
he's very insular. He sounds like he reads a book a day. He's doesn't do deliveries until 6 p.m. at night, and
Right.
he wraps them for these select clients or customers who he knows very well, and he just delivers them books
Well,
whenever they ask for it, and he delivers books that he picks out for them.
and that's a big premise. So you said he knows them very well. He knows them very well as if they're characters. So
Hmm.
he has made up names for people, and in the back of his mind, he's got made up storylines, and he gives them books that he thinks they'll like based off of those. But yeah, to your point, the young girl brings him into society by first introducing herself to his clients in a way that he's never done before.
Yeah, like she's like running in their
Yeah.
houses.
Yeah, just like as a kid would be. Yeah.
Um, Okay, it's 180 pages, very short. Have you read A Man Called Ove or Uve?
No.
It's by Frederick Bachman, and Frederick Bachman kind of got big from like 2015. I read him with my other book club. I read two of his books, and then we read that one as well. It's very much like a curmudgeon hermit guy that's broken out of his shell and into, you know, normal society and how that goes, the hijinks that comes along with it.
Yeah, that's it. Except I wouldn't say this guy was all that curmudgeon-y. He's not like Scrooge.
He's not Scrooge. He's very kind. He's a kind soul.
Mm-hmm.
And he's just very quiet. He's got no wife, no kids.
Yeah, it's just good. And there's no sad story behind that either. It's not like he put himself into a shell, like, if a wife died or if he doesn't keep in touch with his kids or anything like that. There's no plot behind that.
I mean, the plot is tight. It's like guy old man goes on a book delivery run every day, just joined by a girl over a week to month,
Yeah. Yeah, a couple
more
of
than a
weeks.
week, less than a month probably.
Yeah.
That creates some tumult, and then it gets resolved.
Yeah. But happy ending, like nice story.
Well written. It's engaging. It
Very
makes you
well
want to keep
written.
reading.
Yeah, interesting. Yeah, all the characters were good. You didn't have to dive too deep into any of the other characters besides him and the girl, really. So the woman who owns the bookstore and her father, like good little synopsis of that relationship there, but I didn't need much more than that.
All right, let's talk about that. So the old man, another old man, owns the bookstore, and
Right,
his daughter's taking it over.
right.
Uh, the man who originally owned the bookstore is now in a retirement community or
Sick
senior
home.
living
Yeah.
center. Yeah,
Mhm.
and his young, with the impression of you get like late 30s, early 40s
Yeah.
daughter
Yep.
is taking over, and she wants to modernize the bookstore and bring it into, um, contemporary times with more, run it more efficiently. she kind of sidelines. I can't even think of the name. We know
Carl is
the
the,
Carl, exactly
yeah.
right. She sidelines Carl, being like, "Hey, this is kind of an outdated system we got here," but we don't get
So,
an official reason of why she's
so I think she has
firing him.
animosity to him because he has the connection with books that her father did, and she doesn't.
That's it.
That's my interpretation of it. Is that, and he knew her when she was a little kid. Yeah, my interpretation is that he just represents everything that's kind of painful about her relationship with her father, who's passing away.
Because the whole time you're reading it, kind of like, why is she firing him? Because she's kind of
Why
like
is she?
that.
Why is she so mean? Why is she a bitch? Yeah, yeah.
Because
Yeah,
from the
I
opening
think you're
chapter,
right. It's modernizing. I would think if you really want to dive into it, she probably never wanted to take over her dad's bookstore.
correct.
At
She
the
doesn't have the
time,
love for reading.
so there's
Yeah.
definitely animosity there too. Yeah, if you really want to dive into it, but I think all of those factors kind of contribute to it.
And so the whole time you're thinking like, okay, there's gonna be a bow on this relationship and a bow on that one, and you know, he interacts with people who the nun whose comment is being shut down, a
Hmm.
wife who has a bad relationship with her husband, that gets resolved. That's both of those they kind of join forces and then live
Rich,
together, or they
rich,
kind of
lonely guy who can't read. Yeah, there are some interesting characters there.
yeah, but it never gets resolved with the owner's daughter who's taking over the shop.
No, I think that then just goes its separate way. Like Carl almost has a book club basically that
He
from
begins to work with a guy who's it sounds like he's like loaning out books
um the guy who was
at the
loaning out,
very end.
yeah, who's trying to just kind of like get him off the store, off the shelves. Yeah.
Yeah, so again, we talk about spoilers, we just do discussion. He creates this community because the girl's dad ends up pushing Carl to the ground, being jealous of the relationship that
Young girl, not the owner of the bookstore. Yeah,
yeah, the young girl,
which you can understand, not knowing the
Ellie, or yeah,
situation. Yeah.
yeah, he gets jealous because he can't form a tight bond with his daughter, and Carl has been able to do it
Yeah,
relatively.
jealous and probably reasonably a little freaked out that his 10-year-old daughter is following around this old guy every day.
But then it comes out that
Yes,
it was purely because
he
he
was
he
losing
wanted,
her and didn't have that connection. Yeah.
yeah, and he apologizes. But so when this happens, Carl goes to hospital, and then no one comes to visit him, and he thinks the relationship he had with his customers isn't what it is, and no one really cares for him, and it was all superficial.
Yes.
It turns out that the city or the community or the streets or the he was an integral part of the city or that aspect of the neighborhood, and they missed him and they wanted to keep him doing his delivery run even though the bookstore fired him.
Yes.
And
Which I
so
kind of expected, not expected the whole time, but in his shoes, if the bookstore was at, you would have imagined there'd be something else connecting it. Like when he couldn't work for the bookstore anymore, he started taking books from his own house to doing so.
mhm.
The ending, I was kind of expecting the ending all along. Like, all right, somebody's gonna hop on board here and let this guy keep doing what he's doing for
Oh
free.
yeah.
It has to work out where everyone comes together somehow.
Well, I thought he was going to reconcile with the daughter taking over the shop.
Oh no, I didn't think that.
I thought it was going to be because, hey, like I thought we were going to get one explanation and be like, hey, we make money, some almost like movie theaters. You know how movie theaters make money kind of on concessions,
Hmm.
not actually movie tickets. I thought the dollar was going to be like, sit down, like, hey, we need people to come into the store because we make money on selling pens and
Yeah, whatever you have.
notepads and bookmarks and stuff that knickknacks and like reading treats that you find at bookstores, not necessarily
Hmm.
what you buy at books. And I thought he was going to try and like include those in his delivery. That's where I thought it was going.
Oh no, no, I thought book club was the end goal here, or the ending of it. Yeah, the relationship with the daughter when they were talking about the history and her at the scene with her at the gravesite
Mm-hmm.
and him not being able to go over to
Yeah,
her while she's at the gravesite. I thought that was kind of kaput.
but it's weird that every like with every relationship, it kind of got a happy ending except for that one.
Yeah.
Mm. And I guess she never really opened up, or she never really, because
I don't.
it's definition of a feel good story.
Definitely a feel good story from his perspective. If you're looking at it from that character's perspective, probably not. But she's like you said, she's the only one,
Yeah.
and she did enjoy.
I don't know. Like each character got a kind of cute literary nickname. I didn't get
Yeah,
all the references. I got some of them, but
no, I didn't either. No, yeah,
it was a good read. It was a fun, quick, easy read. One
very
that
good, very good book club read, book lover read. Yeah, I just appreciated it.
yes, it's like a bath, nice and warm, little depth.
Yeah, yeah, not too much. You don't have to sink your feet too far
You're not
into
going
it.
to drown in this book.
Yeah,
All right, you want to give it a score, and then we can talk about Yanks
yeah,
or
yeah.
Jaff or Lee.
I would say 7.5.
7.5. I don't have a score in mind because this is if you're going to line up all the books that we've done together,
Yeah.
this might be the most different. I mean, I don't know if
Yeah,
I wouldn't put it with Hemingway or
no, I don't think I can compare it to anything else.
Stephen Ambrose.
Maybe. No, you can't really compare it to anything else that we've done.
So you said 7.5.
Maybe a little bit of Moriarty, just because it was kind of a very easy read and a modern read.
Moriarty's pretty dark. It's like murdering.
Oh yeah, different plot
Yeah.
entirely, but I just meant it seemed like a newer, like written more currently.
Yeah. Carsten, Henn. You give it 7.5. You know what?
Yeah,
I don't think we do this. I'm gonna just go back to back 7.5.
Yeah, match it.
Is that lame?
It was very solid. I think we're on the exact same wavelength with this book. Totally would recommend it. You could read it on the beach in a weekend if you wanted to, or on the train. It would take you like a couple of days to get through it, but you're not gonna burn too many brain cells doing it.
No. Yeah, you can finish it in 2 days of commute.
Yeah.
Nice. You want to do? I think next week we do draft preview. Not that we're gonna break down every pick, but just what we're thinking.
We got time for that. Yeah.
You want to do a little first 2 weeks of the Yankee season?
Yeah, we can jump on that. Have you watched the West Coast swing? Always throws me off, so I don't really get to watch those games.
Right there with you. I'm not sitting up for them for 9:40 first pitch. But I do like that it got out of the way.
Yeah, that's a good way of looking at it. Yeah.
If we play on the West Coast in
April,
and
Seattle is probably going to come into form, so I'd rather face them now than when they're hitting.
Do you notice what team is not in form?
I don't want to jinx it. It's April.
Okay, that's fair. I respect that.
Especially if we don't even have a series with them under the belts yet. Like,
but sky's falling with that team.
It's April.
Yes, correct. Bottom of the order doesn't hit. Schlittler is human. He gave up runs today. So far, he's given up 3 today.
Yeah.
So he bleeds. But he's been unbelievable. No one's playing that amazing. I guess Rice.
It reminds me a lot of last year. So last year, the rotation should be better last year, but the rotation started off really hot last year too. You had guys who were, Marcus Stroman, Clark Schmidt, like those guys were dealing at the beginning of last year. Also, even what's his name? Freed got off to a crazy start last year and then died down. Yeah, the lineup. So outside of pitching, this is not the end of the year lineup roster. There are going to be moves either at the trade deadline or as the year goes on, but there are going to be moves specifically at third base, most likely at shortstop with Volpe. And then, I'm still not a Trent Grisham guy, but whatever.
Trent Grisham, you can hopefully put in Dominguez. Do you know who was kind of on my chopping block? And I like him, but he was there last year too. Austin Wells.
Yeah. If he doesn't, he hit like barely over 200 last year, but I think people, he's the one person, if he handles the pitching staff, he's the one person in this lineup. I'm like, okay, he's going to hit 210. If he handles the
I'm
pitching
that way
staff,
with McMahon, which I think
I'm not.
I think if Volpe comes back, you just play the best two hitters between Volpe, Caballero, and McMahon.
I'm kind of over the McMahon experiment.
It's April, but
he's never a hitter in his career, though. I didn't look
he's
back.
never been a hitter.
He was like a 240, 250 hitter.
Yeah.
Which in this modern day, I meant to look that up before this call. What's the league average right now?
260?
Probably 240. Because I forget what they said. Somebody was above average at 245, I think. Yeah, it's not good. Not good for baseball.
What do you think? Okay. This is going to be a quick call tonight. What do you think of the ABS?
I like it, especially if they just go all in.
Yeah, I think it's kind of interesting, like people cheering the challenges and everything.
Yeah, no, I like it too. I can't stand the announcers and all their talk about it and everything that goes on with it. Like, yeah, they showed it the other night. Like Ben Rice is 1 for 4 on AB challenges. Like I don't need his stats. I don't need to know that he's.
Let's see how he's doing.
I don't know that he's batting 250 calling balls or strikes. Like I don't need that. It's just I at this point I think I'd rather just see them just go all the way.
Oh! You're saying like just do robot umps every time?
Yeah,
I'm fine with that. That's what I wanted
yeah, it makes sense. It'll make the game go faster. Everyone keeps talking about speeding it up so much faster. There'd be less ejections, obviously, because what are you going to argue balls and strikes? So we don't have to see Boone, having a tantrum 10 times a year. I would say maybe go all in with it.
And just keep an ump behind home plate for plays at the plate, or
because pretty soon it's going to come up where some team is out of their challenges, and then there's something that affects the game or is just terribly wrong, and then that's all that you're going to see on Baseball Tonight and people talking about, and you could just avoid it. You could avoid it by having this done.
I'm not against it. Maybe this is a way to get us used to the robot umps.
Yeah, not even all of them. Just whatever. They could still have a purpose there. They could still do things, but somebody still can call balls and strikes for the fans. It's just he needs to have a buzzer in his ear. And
it's really like AI will hire humans to do the jobs, like in the real world.
Yeah.
Wants to do. That's what you're implementing.
Just like a strike buzzer on his arm, so his arm automatically goes like this.
He says he's the Neuralink chip in his head.
Yeah.
And just wheel him out.
Yeah, that's fine by me. I understand those guys have careers and got to keep them paid, whatever. But if it speeds up the game and if it eliminates all of the arguing of balls and strikes, like right now it's just a novelty because it's funny seeing a guy like on 3-0 walk down to first base, get it called a strike, and immediately like this. That's my biggest takeaway, actually, is it seems the hitters know the strike zone really, really well.
These guys are good.
Yeah, like they know the strike zone really well.
I will say that has been impressive. You're like, wow, I can see how these guys are major leaguers.
Yeah.
All right, that's it. Quick good read. 7-5, door-to-door bookstore. Carsten Henn. Next week we have Inside Delta Force.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
And then after that, I think we'll stick with doing Killing Jesus, even though I did the math wrong and it did 2 days.
Still timely. It'll be like Pentecost in 2 weeks.
Exactly. Thank you.
Still timely.
And then shout out to Zub It Up, who requested us to do The Cartel, the sequel to Power of the Dog. So we'll do The Cartel by Don Winslow after we do Killing Jesus.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So I'll get on that one then.
All right. Sounds good, buddy.
Good stuff.
Take it easy.